Hi guys, and welcome to Bomb Anime.
It's your girl Rika.
And Big Boy Summer here, bringing you a spotlight on Sakura Wadagaki from Odd Taxi.
So I just want to straight away just go and say, do you think she actually cared about her mum?
Yes, I actually really do, you know. I think she cared about her mum in the sense that her mum was a part of her. I'm going to say it out there, and I'm not a clinician or a psychologist, but she's a narcissist. And she's a narcissist to the level like con men and con women are narcissists, in the sense that everyone that they care about is not necessarily cared about because they love them, but cared about because they're an extension of themselves. So I do think she cared about her mum, but only in that sense.
You see, I didn't think that she cared about her mom, and it was because although we didn't get to see that much of Sakura's backstory, we did get to see some clips, and she spoke about how her mom worked so hard. And then in one of the clips, she was sitting down on the sofa on her phone. It looked like she'd been sitting there for a while, and her mom came home from work and she said to her mom, "Oh, I can make food." And then her mom was like, "Oh no, it's okay." But it's like, you were there all day. Why didn't you make something? If you could make it so much, why didn't you make it? Why did you wait for your mom to come home and then say, "Oh, I can make food"? You knew your mom was working hard. And it makes me feel like she's actually not a narcissist, but actually a psychopath.
I don't think it's a case where this one is fair, in the sense that, you know, when you're a kid, you care more about yourself than you care about other people. Only when it sort of affects you. So emotionally, when you see something, then you want to fix it. There's no sort of forefront or forethought when it comes to it.
Okay, so what about her trying to be an idol? Do you feel like she did the best that she could?
I kind of feel like she did. Look, she was the fourth person, so she wasn't terrible. She just wasn't good enough. Do you get what I mean? And she beat all the others who tried to get there, bar the three who was originally picked. So she's not terrible. She clearly worked hard. And also, it ain't easy out here. You can't be an idol that easy. If it was, everyone would be doing it. She just fast-tracked, didn't it?
Yeah, being an idol is very hard, but I didn't see her doing anything outside of Mystery Kiss. I mean, everybody else seemed to have a harder time. Rhea, even though she was, you know, a bit of a B, she was the leader of the group. She had to do a lot of stuff. She seemed to do the most fan interactions and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
The other girl, whose name I can't remember, she had to do the Badger games outside of doing Mystery Kiss, and we also saw her being taken to and from places in order to practice. And when he was speaking to Sakura on the phone, asking like, "Oh, where are you?" she was nowhere to be found. She was doing other stuff. So it made me feel like she wasn't actually putting the best that she could in. Also, on top of that, the fact, again, I know I've said it already, but she was on her phone, chilling on the sofa. She wasn't trying to doing anything extra. She took the place of Yuki, who actually, she ran track. She was very active, she was a very good dancer, and she was taking that girl's place, and she knew she already wasn't as good as that girl. So you would think that since being an idol is really her dream, she would be trying really hard to do that, but I didn't actually see anything of the sort from her. But from the other two girls, you could see that they were actively working towards being Mr. Kiss and being these idols, whereas it just felt as if Sakura was just there and felt like, okay, I'm in the group now, so I don't really have to do anything else but be here.
So she was sort of like Michelle from Destiny's Child. Oh, cool. No denial. So obviously you agree. All right. So, okay, I get what you're saying, because she wasn't doing the most. She was doing the bare minimum, innit? But look at what she decided to do. That is definitely her character. She's not looking to be good or be great. She's looking to be there. Do you get what I mean? She wanted to be an idol, so she fast-tracked her way to get it by, you know, spoilers. And if you haven't watched it, I don't know why you're on this video. She decided to kill Yuki, and she did it so that she could be in Mystery Kiss. Now, it's like when you want to get the cookie and you've got the cookie and you've eaten the cookie, What else is there to do? That's what you wanted. You got it.
Okay, it's staying in the group because being an idol, like I've said, it's really difficult. It is very hard. It's hard work. And just because you made the group, it doesn't mean that your group is going to stay there. They weren't very popular at the time. Like this first album, that was going to be like their proper debut onto the scene. So they're not there yet. It's not time to relax. It felt like she could have actually probably gotten there if she actually tried more.
But she did eventually get there. She got into another group at the end anyways. But that's besides the point. No, I agree with your point to that extent. But look, she had leverage. She knew she's not Yuki. And the moment they try and kick her out the group, she goes start talking. By the way, Yuki's not here, fam. If it wasn't for the fact that it came out already that Yuki was missing, she had all that leverage and all that power. That's why she could be on her phone, be lazy and not do anything and not get kicked out of the group.
All of that leverage. She's the murderer. Now that we're speaking about the murderer. Do you think that she's actually done this before? Because I personally feel like she has done it before. Too easy to kill a person straight away. And the way that she did it, and she just left the body there as well. It felt as if she even knew that it would be taken care of.
I don't know if she knew it'd be taken care of, but I do agree that she's definitely done this before. Look how calm she was. Look how cool she is. Look how well she's acted as if she didn't know anything. Out of everyone there, the only person who didn't know anything was the one doing the badger trap.
I kind of feel as if Sakura contacted Yuki before she died because she knew where she was, and I, for the life of me, cannot figure out how Sakura would have known where Yuki was going to be at the time, because Lee had actually contacted her right before and told her to come to that building.
Yeah.
So how on earth would Sakura know where she was going to be in order to kill her?
Now, it could be one out of two things. She could have done A, like you said, contacted her, got her there, staged it, and then did the deed. Or she could have been stalking her, realised she's in the building, taking the opportunity and done the deed. Or it could be other things that we're not even thinking about. But either way, Sakura's a menace.
She really is.
And then she stepped into Odakawa's taxi after he's fixed himself from that agnosia thing. Now that's some scary stuff, fam.
So what do you think she wants to do?
Well, Odakawa's a loose end.
I don't think that he is, though.
Whether you think he is, whether he actually is, or whether he's not, is of no consequence. If Sakura thinks he is, then unfortunately, he is.
No, I get what you're saying. From my perspective, this is what I'm thinking, right? If she goes around trying to clean anything else up, it's going to bring attention to her, because Rui is already in the papers being linked to the death of this Mystery Kiss member, Yuki. Everyone is already there. It looks like they're going to trial.
Yeah, they're all going to trial or jail or whatever.
So if you then come and get the person whose taxi she was in, everybody knows she was in Odakawa's taxi beforehand. I mean, he was being investigated at first.
Yeah.
So if she then goes and tries to kill him, who he is actually a person of interest, technically.
Yeah, definitely.
So you get rid of him, you're taking the heat off the people who are going to trial. Who are they going to look at? They're going to start looking elsewhere. You wouldn't want that to happen, so I feel like she should leave him alone.
I kind of agree with you, because it would make sense to do that, because everything she's done so far has been calculated and educated. She's not really made any slip-ups, and she looks like she's gotten away with it to the extent that everyone else looks so bad that no one's watching her.
Right.
And her alibis are solid, because every time Yamamoto tries to get into contact with her, she's doing something else.
Yeah.
She's somewhere else. She's completely removed herself from the situation. So yeah, you're right. If she then tries to tie up the loose end that is Odakawa in her head, or in our head in terms of the plot, very bad things going to happen there.
Yeah.
So if she lets bygones be bygones and leaves my man alone, everything will get swept under the rug. These guys might go to jail for it. Then they'll probably, because you know what prosecutors are like, innit? Okay, I can prove that you did this. So I'm going to try and tack this on and see if it sticks.
Yeah, I mean, why are you getting rid of the body if you didn't commit the crime?
Yeah.
It's very strange for someone who has got nothing to do with it to get rid of the body. Although we can understand why they did it from their perspective.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
From, an investigative perspective, you just turned up, saw a dead body, and you decided to
get rid and not call the police and not let anyone know and not let the family.
While Odakawa was being told that he was the murderer, you guys still said nothing. It seems very, very suspicious.
It's an open and shut case. It's a prosecutor's wet dream. We don't even care what's going on. Bruv, you did something super suspicious. I could tack this on you. What would the jury think?
Exactly.
End of. Case closed.
I want to talk about the relationship between Sakura and her mom. At the end of the episode, while we found out for sure that Sakura was the murderer, she was speaking to her mom the whole time, saying that she's thinking about going solo, saying that she's going to see the taxi driver. How much does her mom know? Does her mom know about everything that she did? Because it felt like, as the parent of your child, who you should know quite well, and your child is telling you all these things, wouldn't you be thinking, huh?
In real life, certain mothers are horrible mothers. Certain mothers don't do what is necessary to bring up people that are functional in society. You know what? Forget the word mothers, it's parents. Certain parents won't discipline their children in order to make sure that they understand consequence, know right from wrong, don't steal, that kind of thing. So sometimes when a kid comes home with a bike that you did not buy them, for example, and they say they found it, the next few questions is, found it where, who did you find it off, and did you steal the bike, or something to that effect, so that you do a little bit of an investigation to see the truth of the matter. Now, I'm not gonna lie, some kids are deceptive and the lie might get too good and then you might leave it. But you would do a little something. Now, if it's a one-off incident and they get away with it by being deceptive, fair enough. But as you just pointed out, there's multiple incidents that need investigation that clearly hasn't been done. People want to turn around and say, well, the mother's busy, maybe she's working too hard, this, that and the other. But we only got that from Sakura's perspective. We don't actually know what the mother's situation is. Now, I'm not going to go as far to say that the mother's an enabler, but I'm just going to say she didn't get in the way of things.
I actually think it would be more interesting if the mom knew about everything and was actually in support of her child. I actually think that would be a really interesting story to explore.
Some people want fame so much that they're going to be blind to the nitty-gritty of a bad child in order to make sure that they get that child fame.
Yeah.
And that, as you said, will be an interesting story to explore.
So guys, let us know what you think about Sakura Wadagaki. Do you think that she was a good character? Interesting? Did you not care about her? Did you get completely blindsided about her being the murderer, since she probably got the least amount of airtime?
I have to admit, it was really good twist, and I don't know if I want a season 2 because it was such a good season. But yeah, let us know. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share.
Peace.